Michael Robinson is a Yorkshire lad with a Yorkshire mum and a Yorkshire dad. He's lived his entire life within 5 miles. He was born in Shipley, where he lived for a while, and he now lives in East Morton, all rustic and leafy, which really is just a small town in Keighley. He works 5 metres from his childhood home, and it's fair to say Mike doesn't roam outside of the Bradford metropolitan borough. His love of Bradford is complete and thorough. He's 100% fluent in the Yorkshire yammer, long flat vowels and dodgy grammar. And when Anita first spoke to him, she was slightly perturbed. She couldn't understand him. She felt quite disturbed. Who on earth is this working class chap? I quite imagine he wears a flat cap. But Michael came from working class roots. He had holes in his trousers and holes in his boots. But from his 6 siblings he got plenty of clothes. And it's not that bad, as anyone knows. You might be a pupil at the School of Hard Knocks, but the hand-me-downs include your sister's best frocks. So there's young Michael in his sister's dress. He secretly enjoyed it, I've heard him confess, but he recognised quickly the need to earn money as a life of poverty ain't really that funny. Child labour makes it sound a bit cruel. I mean, it was a paper and milk round just before school. But Mike loved music. What more can I say? And at a very young age, he became a DJ. His taste in music is not that great. The sorts of artists that Michael rates are that twit Adam Lambert and his backing group Queen. Soft rock bullshit, you know what I mean. And if dreary rock music really gets you annoyed, Michael also enjoys Pink Floyd. A Pink Floyd concert doesn't come cheap, but it's the best thing on earth to get Anita to sleep. So Mike's a DJ, he's on the pub and club scene playing shit soft rock anthems by Pink Floyd and Queen. He's moved out of home, he's living life on his own, he's renting a room, the nest he has flown. Living with ladies of ill repute, it was all he could afford, he was destitute. He had no money, nothing in the bank, I just hope he had plenty in the tank. Michael was close to his brother Peter, who was seeing Julie, and when he'd go meet her, Michael would join them and tag along. Now, some people might think that that's a bit wrong. Please don't be under any misconception. Young Michael Robinson made for great contraception. So Michael left school, and by his own admission, he wasn't that bright, so became an electrician. He built up a business of which he is proud, and into it so much effort he's ploughed. But what are the things that Mike loves the most? The things that he's proud of which he can boast. The first thing is cars, and in magnificent splendour sits his pride and joy, his twisted Defender, which, let's be clear, wasn't cheap, and if it were mine, I don't think that I'd sleep for thinking it's just a Land Rover with fancy trim. I mean, Defenders really are a bit grim, and that's why Defender drivers wave at one another, because of the sympathy they have for each other. But Mike likes classics. He longs for a Healy, the car, not the dog, he'd much prefer really. And there sits Rosie, his pride and joy, his classic MG, his fair weather toy. And Mike loves motorsport, the festival of speed, even though his MG won't exceed more than 60 miles an hour without breaking down. Reliability makes Michael frown. Michael loves gadgets. He has a sit-on lawn mower which he rides round the garden like a young Percy thrower. But he looks a lot more like an old Mr. Bean. If you've seen him on it, you'll know what I mean. He's got Colin the robot for cutting the grass. To be totally honest, he's got too much brass. But he's generous. He takes care of his mates, and if there's a charitable cause, he always donates. He'll generously donate as much as he can, always through the business to avoid the tax man. He's a party animal. He gets on the scene. With 2 left feet, he's a dancing queen. He likes real ale, most old men do, but he can only actually manage 1 or 2. Of course, Michael's daughters are the apples of his eye. He adores them both, and you can understand why. And Michael should take lots of pride. In all he's achieved, he should feel warm inside. So please join me and raise your glass, as it would be remiss of me to let this pass without saying what a great guy you are. Poor taste in music and a poor taste in cars, but kind and thoughtful, an absolute gent. And on your 60th birthday, I'd like to present a toast to Michael on this special day. You're 1 in a million. What more can I say?